It's Papa Bale. Welcome to the channel. And as you can see right here, I got my toroid attached to my rotor. And this is, let me see if I can find my tool. The tool, there it is. You can find it. We found it. So this is a south facing down. Okay, and the one on the table is north facing up. So they're going to attract, providing buco stabilization. I know that it seems like it would, all right, see, it sucked it down into place, right? Now I can put in as much juice as I want, and I don't think it's going to go anywhere. It's just a design for stabilization. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to have to like make this might even work better. So I'm going to go switch that up real quick. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, I'm gonna glue this to this, and then I'm gonna glue this to the table, and we'll just experiment like that for a couple hours, something like that. All right. The glue gun. We'll have it sticking out, the coil sticking out a little bit, so we can move it up as close as possible. But we want a little bit, yeah, we got enough. Nice. We're gonna try and glue this after that gets to the table, so we don't get the flopping around that we normally get.
Yeah. Wobbles. Whoop, finger.
All right, so I'd like to say welcome to the channel. We're doing a dual drive here. The output of the SSG and the primary drive is hooked to the solid state on the aluminum plate, and it will power that. And we're going to charge this cap bank with the diced up output. Basically, we're charging the solid state, and the solid state's going to charge the cap bank through a cap bank. It's like a very smooth ride all the way through. All right, so I do believe that is dry. Hope that's enough. Now we're going to back it up just a little bit. I think it's going to be good. Let's do our 3-volt test, make sure that's in the right spot. Looks like it's good. It's good, ladies and gentlemen. But we're gonna have to turn this one up to like 12, keep that one down at 3, and it'll all work. This is a 12-volt system.
Hi, Mr. Peppers.
That might be the bearing having some juice in it. We're starting to draw amps here. Doesn't look like we're charging the cat bank though. Oh, that's what it is. The signal generator needs to be on. Here it goes. Voila. We got more amp draw over here. I think I have this meter hooked up to the end of this coil. So that's our AC reading coming off of the
Welcome in, Mixma.
There's no vibration in the shaft, man. That is impressive for how fast it's going.
Mixma.
Hello, hello. So far we're getting no juice in the cat bank. But I'll show you something. Something's rubbing on that. It's awesome though. So I wonder what I could do to, it's just the, I'll show you what's happening here. What that sound is or could be.
Generator.
Oh, signal generator?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're gonna turn that down too. All right. Thanks, bro.
Mm-hmm.
See the hole right there, there's no bearing in there, and it's just resting on this one. And there's a lot of pressure being applied to this stack right here, like a lot of pressure being applied to that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna raise it up one more with this bearing right here. And see, the bearing's got to be bigger than the hole in the bottom of the rotor, or you know, it's going to ride up in there.
Thank you for the likes.
Here it is. Needed the other one that looks just like that one. We'll swap them out, and we'll see if it was just because it's an old bearing or something like that. Which, in case, I need to put some grease on it or something. Loosen it up a little bit. And that'll put a little bit more distance between the two magnets. Nice. I think that'll work.
Thank you for the like.
We'll see if we're still getting the noise. Not really, I don't hear it.
Thank you for the like.
When they're both going at the same time, it has a better chance of success. I think we solved the problem though. It was a rusty bearing, pretty much.
Yeah, nice one. Yeah, that's smooth. Welcome in, Steven.
Hello, hello.
We are working with pulse motors today.
Let me get a bit of light on the subject. So I'm going to change something so we can see exactly how much energy is flowing through the cap bank right there, dumping into this one. I got to change where the well, I think I can. I'm not even going to mess with it. I'm going to turn it down. Alright, so we're going to disconnect from this cap bank. We're going to connect to the end of this cap bank. But the connection still dumps into this one. So we'll see what the reading's going to be. Oh, right. So 427.33 hertz is the reading we're going to have on our meter here. Oh, yeah. Get it cracking. I don't think it. The transistor might be half working right now. I think that's what that surge is.
Yeah, they're magnets in the rotor.
Yeah, 9 neodymium magnets, 40 millimeters by 20 millimeters round. But this seems like a transistor issue to me. You can kind of hear it right now. You can hear the motor, but then there's like this other underlying kind of hiss almost.
Thank you for the likes, everybody. We appreciate y'all. Welcome to the channel.
Let's see what I got in regards to, I've got one more transistor.
One more.
And I got a bunch of PNPs, but I really don't know how to use them in regards to a pulse motor. It'd be awesome to learn how to do that. Because then I have unlimited resources.
With the PNPs. Nice.
Alright, so it didn't change it at all because of the fact that it's hooked up. So that's all going to read the same. Everywhere in between, there's all going to say 7.94. So in order to change that reading, I have to unhook the big cap bank. Maybe I'll do that. I think I can do that one at a time. maybe just one. Okay, so 8.5 volts of DC electricity.
It's still going. It's still going.
Yeah, it's supposed to.
Oh, how high?
I think it can go up to like 120.
Mm.
And that's this little one right here with the 20 caps on it. That's going up.
Oh, got it.
The big one is now disconnected, so we could see actually what's happening, you know, before that. Because there's like a void there because it's such a big cap bank. There's takes forever to charge it this way. But there is action. You know, we got off of the 7.7 AC volts, we're getting stacking up DC volts. So to exemplify, explain real quick what this meter is hooked up to the end of this coil.
Mm.
Okay, and then you're right.
You said 120.
That says 12.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right, man. I got my eye on stuff.
Thank you for the likes, everybody.
That's awesome. So cool, dude. Thanks, man. I appreciate you looking out.
No doubt, no doubt.
Because even though I said I got my mind on or my eye on stuff, my mind kind of wanders every once in a while. So I think that's really smooth. That is incredibly smooth. I don't think I can get a tack reading on it though. Well, it does have black on there, so let's see. $469. 471. So not 500 yet. That's awesome, man. I mean, that's not fast at all, but that's very smooth. And I think this is a good spot to leave it to test at. The cap bank's still filling up. I think it'll fill up to about 16 volts before it starts pushing back on the coil. And I don't know why it does that, but it stops filling up the cap bank, and I don't know why it stops, but it does at a certain voltage. So
Thank you for the like, you guys. We appreciate you guys.
thank you. To explain real quick again what's going on here, we got an 18 gauge drive hooked up to the SSG. The output of that circuit, which has 12.4 and 400 milliamps going through it, is running the solid state drive over here. The energy from that we're storing in this cap bank, which now has 14 DC volts in it. But it's like a through shot. So as soon as I hook up something to that, since the capacity is so low, that 14 volts will disappear right away. That's what but that's good. That's what it does. That's what it's supposed to do. It's just supposed to move through it. It's not really supposed to be saved there or kept there, even though it can be. It's designed to have like a throughput instead of capacitance, which I find to be very useful, especially when doing closed loop circuits and stuff like that, because you can hook right back up to the same battery you're powering everything from. without consequence. So that's awesome. That, and then, like I'm saying, if you're generating enough, you will charge that battery that you're using to power everything with, and that's again like awesome.
Thank you guys for the likes.
But what I see happening in a realistic setting is you'll reverberate going up and down in voltage, and realistically also in like 100th of a volt, you'll flux on 100th
Mhm.
going down, and then eventually you'll go down. That unless you're, I don't know. I mean, like maybe there's a way you could make a coil that is like so perfect for what you're doing here. Maybe I already have it, and that's what I'm wondering. Do I already have the coil that's so perfect? Probably not, but if it generates enough, volts and amps, then you will charge the battery that you're using.
Yes, and there's this experiment shows that. Yeah, there we go.
Oh no!
Cat bank.
Yeah, this is a cat bank. I'll hook that up for you guys if you want me to. It is not hooked up right now, but I will show that to you guys. I don't think it's gonna go up. I think it's gonna go down, but I will show you that closed loop circuit. With that battery over there. Mm. Okay, so we gotta take the output. I remember saying that. The output here. We gotta connect it to the battery. Actually, we want to hook this up, so I gotta find where this is going. Oh, it's not. So, okay, so this, swap this one, this one. Oh, I see what I did. So I had it hooked up to the negative, and I think I want to do that again. The switch, I mean, it's hooked up to the negative terminal. Okay, we got the negative hooked up. Now, this is the one that goes into, sweet, that's good. That's hooked up. Now, we hook up this. We're gonna turn the signal generator off real quick. So this one is gonna go here. And this one. Whoo! All right, I think that won't happen again. Let's try it.
All right.
Oh, that was just the residual from the cat bank?
Okay.
So there was some juice left in the cat bank. We got a little spark from that. All right. Now, to be safe, we're going to hook up a meter to the battery.
Thank you for the likes, everybody. Welcome in.
All right, here we go. That's that. That's that. Turn the power on. And there it is, right? Normally this would be spending like crazy. It would have dropped 12.55, 54. It would be dropping rapidly. Because that's a 20 gauge coil with lots of amps going through it. But no, it's charging. Normally these lights would light up a little bit, but all that energy is flowing into the battery that I'm using to run this thing with. So that will eventually go down. My hypothesis. There we go.
Thank you for the like. We appreciate you guys.
That is the closed loop system that I'm talking about. Using the throughput cat bank to charge the battery, because there's rectifiers in that thing. There's AC to DC rectifiers, full bridge, I'm pretty sure, if not half bridge. There's 4 of them. So I think this right here is like gotta be like one of the best things that I've done so far. The closed loop. And that's I can't, man. It baffles me. It's so simple, and it's like the quietest thing ever. So cool. Now, if I were to ever turn this back on, I would need to hook up an output to it before I did that. So I'm just thinking. There's 2 of them right there, 2 connectors. If I ever want, like, I'll just do that real fast so I don't forget. Awesome. So our light, our 1,000 watt, it's really 100 watt, but it's supposed to be 1,000 watt metal halide LED right here. And I really think it only takes about 30 to run. See, it's still 1256, man. That's a win. Woo! All right. You okay?
Have you done this before?
This over here?
With everything you're about to do?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. This isn't. They're separated now, so they're not together anymore. All right.
Can you break this one down before you start that one?
Well, we're gonna see whether it's gonna go up or down before I break it down.
All right.
It might not go either way. Man, it's like watching grass grow when it's working right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. Cool. All right. Breathe, exercise, exercise, exercise your right to breathe. All right. So what do we do now?
What do you want to do?
I want to continue to have good vibes. I want to charge that cat bank somehow. So maybe what I'll do is instead of hooking the light up to the pulse motor, I'll hook the cat bank up to the pulse motor output. What about you, man? What do you want to do?
Just something simple.
Well, we're doing something simple right now, so maybe we'll just chill for a minute and do that. All right, so this is a 12-volt battery at 20 amp hours. It's connected to this transistor right here, and this signal generator is pulsing that transistor through that 20 gauge coil on the bottom of that stack right there. And then that 32 gauge coil on the top is sending energy to this cat bank distributor AC/DC version thing. I don't know what it's called necessarily, but I call it an AC/DC cat bank. And then the end of this cat bank is plugged right back into the same battery. So, and the reason that works is because you got rectifiers in this cat bank that when you're changing it from AC to DC, that they go through that, and the energy doesn't go back through that, so it works. I would say that if that cat bank wasn't there, this system would not work at all. It would short out, and it wouldn't work. That's my hypothesis. Even with the breakage in the system. See this right here, this is all wireless. This is all collected wirelessly. And when I lifted it up and went down, or is it how it's been down for a minute? Yeah, my hypothesis is that it would have gone down, but see the rate that it goes down is so much slower that you can't deny that something is working there.
Right. More efficient.
Yeah. It's not perfect because I think this coil is a little bit too small. And I think maybe the core is ferrite. It's got a ferrite core, which I think is okay, but I think the axle needs to be a little fatter than it is. Awesome. All right, so, but that's it right there in a nutshell. And that's working with a 427.23 hertz as a frequency. Wow, starting to go down pretty rapidly now. might have happened when I moved it, but I turned it off now.
Then it went back up a little bit.
Right, but when you turn it off, the battery rebounds.
Okay.
Yep. So I'm just letting everybody know that I've turned it off. And then now I want to show you something with the bottom coil right here. All right, so what we want to do is go frequency, go here. All right, now this is going to make some noise. I don't want anybody to be startled. All right, we are losing on the battery, but I think the higher we go on the frequency, the less energy that we end up spending, which is proven theory. So it went up right there. It went up. I think we're going to leave it right there. It's at, what is that, 87? 87 hertz. Which is typical for a 20 gauge coil to have a low hertz rate. You can hear that though. You know, like you're driving down the street and you go by one of those encased areas and fenced areas, enclosed areas, and you can hear the transformers humming at like a 60 hertz. This is 87 hertz. So, but we got an increase in the number here. It was at 1253 when we were experimenting. Now it's at 1254. Up, down to 1253. Okay, so that's what I also said. It would go up and down. It would go up and down. So it's going up and down. $97. $107. Went up again. Ha ha, 127. Highway 127. We'll leave it at 127 for a little bit, see if it goes up or down. It went back up to 54, it dropped to 53. I don't know. I don't know if this coil is going to be good enough to, but it's close. It is close. Woo! So I was thinking about expanding my channel, or this channel, maybe making another channel, but doing games, streaming games, retro games and new games. Like, I got a lot of games that I can share, and but I'm gonna try and keep it clean. You know, this is Pulse Motor Mayhem, and this is Papa Bale's Pulse Motors. And we're gonna try and keep the Game Emporium. I'm not selling games. Don't get me wrong. Just because I'm calling it the Game Emporium does not mean I am selling games. And we'll keep it clean, keep it separate, because we just want to keep it real. And you know, I can't do this 24/7. I gotta have some fun sometime that doesn't involve um, work. You know, I enjoy doing this. It's a lot of fun for me, but I would also consider it my job right now. So just keeping it real. You know, it is work, and it's fun though. It's great fun, and yeah, just the amount of dedication and passion that I put into it makes it a job, and a career almost. So
It's going down.
it is going down. Okay. And then you turn it off, it'll go up 200. Right. We'll take our time, a little bit at a time here. I'm gonna hang this one up because I don't want to keep balling it up.
Hot peppers.
All right. Now we need to get a meter over here on the cap bank. So we want to get this one. And I think the only loss that we get in this system really is right here. In between these two coils we get loss. And then heat loss. But I mean like legit loss that isn't just from dissipation, comes from there being a gap there. But then you can also get gain from that gap too, so I don't know. What's our clock, bro?
15 minutes.
All right. All right, let's see what the meter says when we turn it on. See if we got a good connection. We do. We're good. Oh yeah, we got up on the meter. Yeah, we're good. Perfect way to charge a cap bank, SSG. And that's only at 8 volts in. That's charging pretty good.
Thank you for the light.
But you can see now that with the cap bank tied to the load here, yeah, I don't know what happened.
I think I have a solution.
What's that?
We run through everything we're gonna do right before we go live. Then I know what to expect.
Yeah, okay.
I think that will work.
But all that other stuff that I had hooked up before it works. You just have to wait a little bit and then it'll go.
Up or down. Yeah, that was, I know you were talking about it the other day, so that's pretty amazing.
You can charge a cap bank like that through the solid state.
That's impressive because you come up with an idea. So now you got to do the NPNs because that's an old one.
PNP.
PNPs. Yeah.
Yeah, something's not right. I think it might be the cap bank hooked up to the output, but I don't know. I'm gonna see real quick and make sure these wires aren't like touching each other and stuff.
Welcome in, Marty. You should work for NASA. Appreciate that. Oh, he gave a thumbs up, but I didn't get it. There it is. It was like a millimeter out of the frame on the first one.
So this won't do 12 volts.
Thank you guys so much for the likes. We appreciate you guys.
Which is weird. It was just doing 12 volts a second ago. But it had a different load on it. Had a different load. And I mean, look at how much of the cat bank has been charged already. It's
8.89.
I don't know what the problem is. I think it might be the transistor or the load, whatever. But like at 9 volts, it's good. It works good. It charges good. All right. So I think that the pulse motor is a better way to charge the cap bank.
Okay.
And the closed loop system over there, I think, is really close to being either unity or over unity. It's really close. I'm not saying that it's there by any means. If it's even, dare I say, possible, I'm starting to believe now that it is kind of possible to do that. Like, spend on that battery, have it go through a system, and back into the battery with more energy than it spent. That's exactly what you're saying is going to happen when you say over unity. So let's see. We'll keep working on it. Just good to like say exactly what you mean, and not like so nobody knows what you're talking about to begin with.
We got Boss commenting saying change the potentiometer resistance
Good idea.
for load balance.
That's a great idea, actually. I don't have one hooked up to it right now. It was over there. I think it's over there still. I only have one, dude. I only got one potentiometer for all of this stuff right now. And somebody was giving me a link to cheap potentiometers, and I never got it. It's my fault that I didn't get it, but I didn't get it. So, but I'm in the market for cheap potentiometers.
Thank you for the likes, everybody. Welcome in.
Right now, currently, there is a 460 ohm resistor in its place currently.
Boss said he put the link in the YouTube community channel or community tab.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much. Was it you, boss? The last time?
Might have been 221.
Yeah. But it doesn't explain why it was working just a second ago and it's not working now. It doesn't explain that.
Yeah, it was him.
Awesome. Thanks, boss. Appreciate you. And I want to get, like, since the potentiometer like makes or breaks the whole thing, it like kind of permanently put it on the circuit somehow. Because you got 1, 2, 3, 4 slots for your trigger coil and your base drive, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4 more slots for resistance and potentiometer. It's awesome, but it does design, unless you kind of know that if you just go 1 to 4 with the resistor, you can make it work. You have to go 1 to 2 with the resistor and 3 to 4 with the potentiometer. And I gotta get one that makes sense to me. I don't know what I'm looking for, basically, is what I'm trying to say. When I tune the potentiometer, am I looking for the higher pitch or the lower pitch? I know I'm looking for a lower amp draw. I don't know. I'll have to get used to it. But somebody who knows, am I looking for the higher pitch or the lower pitch frequency when I'm tuning?
Nico says hi.
Hello. Hello, hello. I'm gonna get it real quick.
And the pitch question.
High pitch?
Or low pitch. We're tuning the pot frequency.
Uh, well, the motor frequency.
Motor frequency.
How much time we got? Couple minutes?
Yeah, like 10 minutes.
Okay.
You're looking for speed. He's like, I am. Always.
Yeah, I gotta get my I gotta get my screwdriver.
Welcome in, prop.
So this is all I got right here. It's 25 watts, but it's only 1K, and it's like 3/4 turn. I gotta know what I'm looking for this to mean anything.
Prop asked if you fixed the Discord link.
Yeah, I did.
You check it out.
Yeah, I fixed it a couple days ago. I don't know how often I have to fix it though. Okay. Yeah, we got 9 minutes now. I need to get my screwdriver. That'd be awesome if we could get it to, I've never actually got a potentiometer to do too much. I think there's going to be an acceleration phase here. I'm not like dissing it at all, man. I think that when it's on, but I never really get it to be on that often.
Trash.
Or the neighbor washing his
Power washer.
power washer. Might be the trash.
Like it sounded like that compression. We'll see if we hear it again.
All right, so now the first two holes have got the resistor in it. Let's see if it's good. All right.
We are building a circuit with pulse motor.
Put it up there, make sure it's not contacting. Now I need 2 extension wires. Got one right here. I can use a jumper wire for it, but I got clips on the potentiometer, so it's got to be something I can clip it to. So this is a 20 gauge extension. Normally I would do another 20 gauge, but I don't see one lying around. Here we go. My bad. We do have one. And it's a little longer, but I think it'll work. Now, if I remember correctly, goodness gracious. All right. We're going to connect to the black, the main drive.
All right, Michael asks, and I'll paraphrase. How close are you to unity?
I don't know how to describe that. I'm going by how long it takes to drain the battery. So I'd say we're close. I'd say that in the closed loop system, it takes about 20 minutes at 527 hertz to lose 1/100th of a volt.
Yep. And that's earlier in the live stream here. And I was all freaking out.
And then, as far as I know, this potentiometer gets hot. It gets hot.
Oh, man.
What's up?
Yeah, you tell me.
All right. So here we go. We'll turn this on. We'll turn this up. Oh. See, I don't see, it's not working.
Oh, the amps went high.
Yeah, without me, it's either it's either this that isn't working, or it's the transistor. And I'm willing to bet it's this, because like every time I hook it up, it doesn't resist.
It just amplifies everything.
And let me move it first. Let me make sure we're not just. Yeah, that's not normal. Maybe I hooked this up wrong. But this shouldn't matter at all. Like which order I hooked this up in. It was that.
No.
What?
Oh, my bad.
We'll see what happens.
Oh, there you go. Oh, okay.
I want that to go down. So we want it to speed up, but we want it to have a low amp draw. So
All right, you can wrap it up.
all right. So we got the potentiometer to work. It is only.
Oh, it's going.
Relax.
All right, man, let's wrap it up.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So with that being said, we got the potentiometer to function. Great. Might have to change out the transistor later on. All right. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Peace out. Have a wonderful day. Bye now.